This, the F-Pace, is one of the most important cars in Jaguar's recent history, but it's also going to be one of the most important cars for its future as well. But entering into an already very crowded sector, it's going to have to be good.
But Jaguar's got form, and if its F-Type sports car as well as the XE and XF saloons are anything to go by, the F-Pace should have the Porsche Macan worried. Especially as the F-Pace's powertrains are monstrous. There'll be a 2-litre Ingenium diesel available, as well as a V6 3-litre diesel, but we're in the most powerful 375 bhp 3-litre supercharged V6 petrol borrowed from the F-Type. It loves to rev, and thanks to a strong hit of torque from that supercharger, the motor is so flexible. But power is nothing without control. So Jag's developed a new 4-wheel drive system here with something called Adaptive Surface Response that automatically senses what ground you're on and tweaks the throttle, traction control and gearbox to get the most from the chassis. The outcome is surprisingly decent traction even on snow. And of course, this is a sports SUV, so it behaves like one too.
Now, driving around on snow is probably not the most representative thing of how it's going to behave in the UK, but it does give you a sense of the all-aluminium chassis' incredible balance. I mean, second gear going into a tight corner here, you can just boot the throttle. And it's just really, really nice. It's so sweetly balanced. You can just play with it if you want, but there's still loads of grip on offer. Direct steering, you know, it's got very similar weight to the F-Type, and it turns in really crisply for a car that's just sort of under 1900 kilos, which is actually lighter than the Macan. And you sense that agility, you know, it sounds like a cliche, but the F-Pace is really light on its toes and you can just flick it into corners very sweetly.
That's because normally it's only rear-wheel drive, something Jaguar says it wanted to give the car a properly sporty feel. But it also helps efficiency. So the F-Pace V6S petrol pumps out a respectable 209 grams per kilometre of CO2. Hit a slippy patch though, and the computers divert power to the front wheels seamlessly to haul you out of a corner.
This 3-litre V6 petrol is not going to be the big seller in the UK, but it's just so sweet to drive. The 3-litre turbo diesel is going to do more numbers definitely, and with 700 newton meters of torque, it's hard to argue against that sort of in-gear mid-range performance. But don't discount the 2-litre Ingenium. I mean, we'll drive that in the UK later on in the year. But with decent CO2 emissions, that is going to be a big favourite with company car buyers. But, ooh, this one is the one if you like sports cars.
So, the F-Pace drives like a Jag should, but it needs to be practical too. And with a sumptuous and spacious interior, and a boot as big as the BMW X5, it ticks that box as well. It means first impressions for the F-Pace look good. We've had to wait a while for Jag's first SUV, but it promises to be worth it. Click the link on the left to watch our video of the Range Rover Sport SVR track battle, and the link on the right to watch our video on the Land Rover Discovery Sport. And don't forget to click on the play icon to watch our latest review and the Auto Express logo to subscribe.